Okay. Look, if they had a Native American talking about fracking, it wouldn't have been more on the nose than the hefty chicks talking about being comfortable in their body.
She moved herself to tears.
Yeah. All right. Can I just say this? In a world where everyone is freaked out by third-hand smoke, and you're not supposed to have soda pops that are more than 16 ounces, and we're worried about salmon that's raised on a farm versus... And like I said, it's all smoking, tobacco. Hey, let's ban e-cigarettes. How about the negative health aspects of being 150 pounds overweight?
Yeah.
Is anyone, or that's to be celebrated?
Pride and shame is one thing, but if you were to ask any doctor, would you want your child to be obese, overweight, chubby even, versus have a healthy body? Of course they would say they want them to.
I think the point that she's trying to make is we're coming to understand that you can't shame people into being thin. Or at the very least, you can't shame them into being thin in a healthy way. They can shove their fingers down their throat, they can take a ton of diet pills, but you're not going to be able to shame them into being healthy. It just doesn't work.
Right. And, well, sort of and sort of not, because I've seen plenty of instances where people did get shamed into just about everything that worked. But there's still a difference between not shaming somebody and then celebrating somebody who's unhealthy. We don't celebrate smokers. They're unhealthy. We don't celebrate whatever. People don't wear seatbelts. It's not safe. You know what I mean? Like, we don't celebrate people riding motorcycles with no helmet. Like, there's still this thing of, like, I need to be celebrated for who I am. Ironically, coming from the people who are freaked out over, like I said, they've invented third-hand smoke. Fracking is going to kill. Fire's going to come out of your spigot. Like all radon gas is seeping from the floors. There's environmental allergies. I mean, all the people that are Purelling the most are celebrating the hefty chicks the most. You'll die faster being overweight than you will be a smoker.
But are you truly worried about her health, or are you just exactly?
I'm saying it's hypocritical to go after third-hand smoke and then celebrate hefty chicks. They both have negative health effects.
Yeah, the scale goes from shame to pride with a nice zero in the middle. And while I agree that we probably shouldn't, I don't think we should shame people who are overweight, but I don't think we should celebrate it either. I mean, there's a healthy take care of yourself, but I'm not going to. All right. Plus or minus.
Anyway.
But if she's two-fist in a hoagie, I don't get fat by watching her do that.
No.
I might get a little cancer on me if somebody's blowing a cigarette in my face.
Yeah, but the big argument of, as a society, we all pay because we have to pay your health bills and for smokers, and we do all that. Well, it's the same with the two-fisted and the hoagie thing. Either way, I tuned in just at the moment where the hefty chick was telling me she never felt better about herself.
That's unfortunate. I think we can all agree.
She was crying. And listen, I don't know, and you guys tell me, I don't want to sound like a prick. I'm just saying, when did we all have to feel marvelous about ourselves? I mean, what I'm saying is feel marvelous about your role in life. Be a marvelous dad, be a marvelous mom, be a marvelous motorist, be a marvelous lover.
Marvelous motorist.
Hey, lover.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
This program is intended for mature audiences only. If you have any homicidal or suicidal feelings, please consult a doctor before listening to this program.
Yeah, okay, I lied. We still got that stupid consult your doctor thing. But hey, what do you want, man? This is free. Yeah. So there. Don't even go there. Don't say nothing. Well, it is 3 in the p.m. here in the big city of New York. You are, of course, as the girl says, listening to HTLA at Radio 1, New York's best talk. Let's see, Monday, 3 o'clock, HTLA. Well, that can only mean one thing, couldn't it, gang? That's right. It's time for your coffee and cigarettes, the Monday Mocha, Brought to you by Tim Hortons in New York City. And oh my gird, what a show do we got for you today? Well, today on the Big Show, yes, the Big Show, because we're going to do 90 minutes, damn it. Well, today on the Big Show, what you need to know about Indiana's new religious freedom law. Yeah, Canadians can, I don't know, go dance for 5 minutes or something, do a little Irish jig or something while we go through there. I'll try not to make it too long. And then we tell you about a man who dresses up as, quote, women to gain access to a US Army base. Also, Trevor Noah gets the green light to head up the Daily Show. Trevor who? Yeah, as Michelle Obama joins sick, perverted men in alleys all over the USA by celebrating young black girls. And because that's just not enough for our coffee goers on a Monday, we present a new study indicating that your kid's mom time really doesn't matter. Let them have the video games. They'll just grow up and move out. Who cares? We've got more stunning election 2016 coverage, too, of course, and we'll tell you about the 4-year-old who hopped a bus at 3 a.m. to, quote, go get a slushie in the wintertime. I guess he didn't need that mom time after all. Yeah, all that and so much more on today's show, so come on in and grab a cup, have a seat, and light one up, gang. It is coffee time. Yes, there it is. The music that started it all right there, the Coffee and Cigarettes theme. And we are rolling with your coffee and cigarettes this afternoon. Ooh, 3:04 p.m. now in the big city. I can't tell you what the temperature or the weather is out right now, however. Our satellite feeds have gone offline, it seems. We have no weather. So, I stuck my head out, actually, just before the show. And, now I'm going to give you Crash's best guess, okay? Partly cloudy. 46 degrees, I'm going to say, in the city. And, if I'm right, somebody let me know at producer at htlaradio1.com. Because we don't know. No, we don't. We don't have a clue. But, of course, we do have a clue about one very special thing. Here it is. Here we go. Yes, that would be Tim Hortons. That's right. This show is brought to you by Tim Hortons, New York City. Now with 8 fine locations in that city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs. You want to check them out? Tim Hortons US, baby. Come get some. Also, this show is
powered by Procast.
Oh, thank you, Kate. Yes, we are indeed powered by Procast, and of course, PreSonus, the digital 24/42 broadcast mixer. Jenny is on right now. Hit them up for all of your digital audio needs. PreSonus.com. It's good to be here. Good to be here. Of course, yes, Jenny is in the booth with us, pushing those buttons, making us go, and trying frantically to get me my weather reports, which are completely blank on my screen still. There you go, just so you know. But as I said in the opening, I think it's around 46 degrees, partly cloudy, and yeah, if you know, let us know. Producer at htlaRadio1.com. Just fire it off. Let us know. Anywho, on the big show today with me, joining me as always via satellite, because that's the way he likes it, although I'm not sure if he's going to join us via satellite today, because our satellite seems to be screwed. I don't know what the deal is, but...
Can you give me any help for $25,000?
Okay, well, there he is. I guess that satellite's working okay. Yes, the one, the only Louis Lawless from LDL Films, currently sitting in Millbay Studios in beautiful Millbay, British Columbia, Canada. Louis, thank you for being here.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Well, and today's stories are no limit to fun, I'll tell you right there.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
You can, but I've got that button, you know.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Okay. Well, also joining us from his sprawling, adventurous apartment somewhere in Manhattan here right now is, of course, the one and only Gilbert Godfrey.
You know, I'm the most talented guy in this room.
You keep saying that. What? Crazy.
I'm ready.
You're ready, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know that you're ready. It gives me a good feeling inside, Gilbert.
Yes.
Yeah, so Gilbert Gottfried, and then all the way over to the other coast again, yes, way back over on that Pacific coast, only this time down in the United States, in Los Angeles, is the one, the only, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Never, no. Because I'm very happy with where I am. I love Southern California.
Well, and it loves you, too.
Yeah.
So tell us, Arnold, where did it all start for you?
Well, I mean, it's natural when you're a young kid and you're 15 years old and you say to your parents that you want to be the greatest bodybuilder in the world and you're going to eventually become a movie star and a millionaire, you know, that they have a tendency of taking you to the shrink.
Well, yeah, and did they?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, that's good, because that just shows that, you know, they care.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you know, you are the former governor of California, in addition to being a 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, in addition to being, you know, the greatest actor that God has ever put on the face of the earth. Yeah. Tell me about your range. You know, give me a synopsis of your acting range, Arnold.
We are enjoying him also in a movie that is a comedy, not just to blow up the buildings and the people and all those kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's because we don't like you to build up the buildings and blow up the comedy and all this stuff. Yeah. Well, there it is. Okay. Well, welcome to the show today, guys. Good to have you all here. And we got a big one to get through today. Lots of stories. I think about 15, 20 different bloody stories. But before we get to all that, of course, we have to do the obligatory thing, and that is allow Gilbert his moment in the spotlight.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Gilbert.
Yes.
Without further ado, please enrich our lives with your vocal talent. Yeah.
Na 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 na. Ba ma 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 ma. Oh yeah. Who wants to grow up? Who wants responsibility? Oh no, not me. Who wants to show up and work until you're 93?
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, I guess your second verse, maybe?
Now everybody says you're running wild. The teacher's calling you a problem. Ooh. Yes.
Yes, the lovely theme from Problem Child. Yes, the you know, when people talk trilogy, they talk Star Wars.
Yes.
You know, they talk Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
You know, never in my life have I heard anybody talk about Problem Child 1, 2, or 3. Yeah. That's a true story.
When you say that, you get away with it. If I would say that, it would be all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Arnold, you're big and bad to the bone, so I don't think anybody is going to complain, to be honest with you.
I'm not going to complain about it, right?
No, see?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Well, all right, Louis, thank you for being the man with the watch, keeping us all on track here. And yes, it is time to move on. And topping the news stories today, gang, is what you need to know about Indiana's religious freedom law. Yeah. Remember that whole thing about, you know, separating church and state? Yeah. It always gets me when you laugh like that, Gilbert.
Yes.
It's just so much fun. Well, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, signed by, well, you'll soon to be knowing this guy if you don't know him. I didn't know him until about 4 minutes ago. Governor Mike Pence last week has been commended by tech, business, and political leaders on the grounds that it is anti-gay. Oh, I'm sorry, he's been condemned. Here I thought he was getting lauded as the new voice of the future. No, he's just another asshole with an idea. Well, he's being condemned, by tech, business, and political leaders on the grounds that it is anti-gay and a detriment to hiring the best and the brightest for jobs. I guess that means that homosexuals are the best and the brightest for jobs. Yeah. Well, amid criticism, Pence remained resolute Sunday, saying that while he is open to clarifying the law, there are no plans to change it, so yeah. Well, in case you need to be brought up to speed, here are the answers to some important questions regarding the law. This is good. What does the law say exactly? Well, I'm glad you asked. The Religious Freedom Restoration Act says that the government cannot, quote, substantially burden a person's ability to follow their religious beliefs unless it can prove a compelling interest in imposing that burden or do so in the least restrictive way. Then the often number 2 question is, what the hell does that mean? Well, I'm so glad you asked, Gilbert.
Yes.
What does that mean? Well, proponents of the law say that it will prevent the government from infringing on people and their ability to exercise their religious beliefs, whereas opponents say it could allow business owners to legally discriminate against the LGBT community. Yes, in Indiana, there is no statewide non-discrimination law that protects gays and lesbians in employment, housing, or education. A handful of cities have local non-discrimination laws. Critics worry about discrimination against the LGBT communities in areas without those laws because, damn it, they vote too. Yeah. Well, what actions are business leaders taking against Indiana's law? Well, business and tech leaders say religious freedom legislation will hurt their ability to recruit talent because job seekers may worry about said discrimination. For example, Angie's List CEO Bill Osterl said his company is halting plans for a $40 million expansion of his Indianapolis headquarters because of his personal opposition with the religious freedom law. He's essentially saying, I'm going to take my company somewhere else. Yeah, so what that really should say is Angie's List homosexual CEO Bill. Well, in addition today, Apple CEO Tim Cook joined with other tech leaders, including Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff, in blasting the law in a Washington Post op-ed yesterday. Cook said the Indiana measure sparked a very dangerous wave of legislation, he tweeted, that was disappointed in the law and hoped Arkansas governors would veto a similar bill. Well, you know, CEOs come and go, but Apple is forever.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. I wanted to say NAACP, but that's no, the NCAA. Yes, the National Collegiate Athletic Association is headquartered in Indianapolis, in case you didn't know, and the Final Four basketball teams will play at the Lucas Oil Stadium there on April 4th. Well, damn, the sports is important. We need to have our gays and lesbians on the court. Yeah.
I think you have sharks in both tanks.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, we do. Well, the NCAA president, Mark Emmert, released a statement Thursday saying that the organization was, quote, especially concerned about how this legislation could affect their student athletes and employees, but certainly not our ticket sales. No. Charles Barkley, an NCAA analyst and former NBA player, called the law unacceptable. Well, as long as anti-gay legislation exists in any state, I strongly believe big events such as the Final Four and the Super Bowl should not be held in those states and cities, Barkley said in a statement. Here's an idea. Just, a dumb radio guy from New York. Here's just an idea. Maybe get all this crap out of laws, and it wouldn't become such an issue. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I think that's a good idea.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Well, and they did, and wow. Well, I guess the question on everybody's mind really is anybody boycotting Indiana? To which I would further a question, does anybody care about Indiana?
Yeah.
No. Well, San Francisco Mayor Edwin Lee and Seattle Mayor Ed Murray are both banning city-funded travel to the state of Indiana. Celebrities and politicians... Yes, the politicians on Twitter tweeted their disapproval of the legislation in the past 7 days. Over 200,000 people have used the hashtag Boycott Indiana, according to Topsy, a Twitter analytics tool. And just to give you some perspective, 200,000 people in the grand scheme of the 329 million U.S. citizens means squat. Who cares? See, and this is what I mean. Who cares? What?
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess it matters who the 200,000 people are, of course, because Larry King, the man who is older than God himself... he says that Indiana's anti-gay religious freedom bill signed by Government Pence is absurd and insulting. I've been gay for over 17 decades. Yeah. This is, he goes on to say this is 2015 ridiculous. I guess he means that, well, what would he mean by that? This is 2015. Okay, well... technology would kind of, you'd say, this is 2015, talking about technology, or, well, this is 2015 talking about, well, I don't know, the 2016 elections, but, if it is what they say it is, which is that gays have always been around, it's not just this new fad in the last 35 years, yeah. No, it's actually a thing because even in ancient Roman times they slept with young boys. Well, let's be clear about that history, folks.
Yes.
The Roman soldiers out on campaign.
Yes.
Yes, did have their way with little 8-year-old boys' bums because that's all that was out there. Yeah. Now, George Takei, our good friend George Takei, who was just on the show last week.
Yes.
He of course is boycotting Indiana.
Yes.
I'm not going to complain about it, right?
Well, no, you shouldn't. I don't think because we have to suck George's teat because he's a friend of the station. Yeah. So I guess I have to read what he says.
Yes.
Join me to boycott Indiana. Show Governor Pence we won't stand for bigotry in the name of religion. Yeah. Yes, religion, the thing that, well, pretty much was the birthplace of bigotry, wasn't it? Well, you see, you might not have known who Mike Pence was had I not read that story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I sure as hell didn't. I had no idea who the heck he was, but now we know he's the governor of the who frickin' cares state, Indiana. Yeah. Well, Mike Pence is, we're going to hear a lot more of him now because, of course, 2016 plans in spotlight with religious law. Pence, a Republican who is popular with evangelical and social conservatives, says the measure is aimed at ensuring that the state and local governments do not interfere with people and businesses exercising their religious beliefs. God damn it. But critics argue the law, which takes effect July 1st, would discriminate against gay men and lesbians. Concern have come from Angie's List and the NCAA, along with Apple CEO Tim Cook. Former NBA stars Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley and entertainer Miley Cyrus. Here's a kind of a weird question here. Where's Dennis Rodman? He's about the most transgender, crooked, backwards kind of guy you would ever see anywhere, and I don't even know what gender he is. No, so wouldn't you think he'd be behind this?
Yes.
I don't hear him, see him anywhere. Nothing. No. It's like he's dead or something. Well, Pence said Sunday he would consider legislation that amplifies and clarifies the first law, that he blasted the tremendous amount of misinformation and misunderstanding regarding the measure. He has said that he opposed to adding sexual orientation as a protected class under state law. The Republican governor says he will make a decision no earlier than April about whether he'll seek the White House. Yeah. Or run for a second term in nowhere, Indiana. Yeah. And, well, to be quite honest, the story does go on for another, looks like about 8 or 9 paragraphs, but we don't care.
Yes.
No. Well, we are going to go for our first commercial break of the afternoon because I'm freaking late as usual.
Yes.
Yeah. So when we come back, we'll get in there and we'll tell you all about, well, the whoa, hi. Are you talking to me? No. All right. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, when we come back, we'll tell you all about, well, the new Daily Show replacement for Jon Stewart, of course, and we'll try and, I don't know, clue you in as to who the hell this Noah dude is. Back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions, abundant with rich, fertile soil? What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
Man, I've been to a lot of places over these past 50 years. Seen the whole true north strong and free. 'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Cooksville, Stouffville, Bainesville, Bowmanville, Bonnieville, Unionville, Oakville, Dunville, Brockville, Boucherville, Melville, Drummondville, Kentville, Grenville, Morinville, Maryville, Parksville, Stephenville, Sackville, Spring Hill, Westville, Walkerville, hanging on a windowsill. Hey! He said, wow, that's a lot of places. I said, hang on, there's more. Winter, Monton, Picton, Shannon, Vernon, Stellarton, Hamilton, Nipigon, Nobleton, Yorkton, Brighton, Bolton, Beaverton, Brandon, Edmonton, Walkerton, Wyerton, Granby, Miramichi, Charlottetown, Burnaby, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Corner Brook, Nunavut. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I crossed the prairies bare, man. I breathed the mountain air. I've traveled, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere, man. Check it out. Ottawa, Wawa, Mattawa, Chippewa, Moose Jaw, Oshawa.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor. We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
That's right. We are the best, baby.
I changed my name because they said Schwarzenegger, no one can pronounce. So, what is it, Schwarzenschnitzel or whatever? From now on, your name is Arnold Strong. Of course, we did this for one movie and then I changed it again.
Yeah, of course, you're an idiot, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd do that. You'd have to be touched in the head. I mean, what were you thinking? Like, Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't kind of dumb sounding enough. You had to add strong. What the hell?
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award, and we didn't.
Well, of course you didn't, Louis. That's why you're here. Yeah. And Arnold's here because he changed his name to Arnold Strong.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the big show. Coffee and cigarettes for your Monday Mocha. Monday the 30th of March, 2015. And, well, as you probably already know, our weather diggamajig ain't working. So I did a little check before the show. I took a guess at 46 degrees, partly cloudy in Central Park. And if I'm wrong, somebody email me and tell me I'm wrong at producer@htlaradio1.com. That's what I'm going to stick to.
Yes.
So I'm still going to say it's 46 out, even though I don't have any kind of an idea. There you go. I wonder if I should run for president. Maybe.
So I could see you feel very uncomfortable, Todd.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now there was another time you were when I know you're very secretive about your drug problem.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't like to bring it up, especially since I'm going to run for president. Duh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gilbert. You've done it again, as always. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustle hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Well, yeah, Louis, you're absolutely right, and I don't care.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Well, welcome back to the big program, everybody. I'd like to say a special shout-out and thanks and a welcome to Apocalypse in the Spreaker.com chat room. We do broadcast live on Spreaker and iHeart, and the one, the only Apocalypse is usually in there. Nice to see you there, bud. And today, if you missed that first segment, it was it was a doozy. It was pretty good. But don't worry, because the special 90-minute edition today, we're just going to blow the doors off with just so much more joyous news.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, I would be remiss in my job as a host here at HTLA if we didn't talk about the Jon Stewart Daily Show replacement, Noah. Yeah, Trevor Noah. Is that like the former mailroom guy? Well, the news is out today in New York. Associated Press tells us the deal was done only last week, says Trevor Noah. 31 years old, the South African comedian. Oh, okay. Apparently he's a comedian. Not funny yet. Well, he's going to be taking over for longtime host Jon Stewart. Shortly after the Comedy Central made the news official Monday, Noah, on a stand-up comedy tour, discussed his new gig by phone from Dubai, and we have excerpts from this absolutely incredible interview.
Yes.
Now, yes. Now, how did you feel to be taking over soon from Jon Stewart, he was asked. Well, he says, I don't think of it as taking over. I'm joining the team. It's a huge ship that's won Emmys and Peabodys for a reason, he said, because it's a fantastic team of writers and producers working to make that show magic. I really don't freaking matter. The next question was, you have a much different background than Stewart. How will that affect the show? And the answer is, well, one thing we both share is we're both progressives. Obviously, he's white and I'm black, but that doesn't matter. It's all good now because, indeed, Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
There you go. Right from the Noah's mouth. Next question. You may not have heard there's a big U.S. election coming up. Are you looking forward to addressing that on the show? In brackets, he says, laughing, I love the drama around it. That's going to be the fascinating part of it this time, and that's the environment the Daily Show thrives in, taking that information and deciphering it and getting it out to everybody in a way that's not biased in any way. Hopefully, where you're going, this is a bare bones of what you need to know and how you need to know it in the funniest way possible. Well, sir, dear Mr. Noah, I would beg to differ that my show kicks yours in the balls. Yeah. Well, anyway, next question. Although Stewart has called it a, quote, fake news show, a lot of people do rely on The Daily Show as their primary news source in Inuvik. Yeah. And they ask him, of course, will that continue? And he says, when you are honest in your comedy, you have to acknowledge to the world, or Inuvik, that you're in through a comedic voice, that you're talking about what needs to be talked about, whether it's race relations or politics or race relations or race relations or... He says, the network's really making a stand and putting black people first. Yes. Next question. The late-night talk comedy realm is pretty crowded. How do you feel to be going up against all that competition that's not black? Yeah. And, of course, his response is like most Ferguson fighters there. He says, against is a very strong term. Maybe it's because I come from a very utopian world of being a comedian, but I'm used to many live comedy performances going in any city I'm in. And each of us is trying to be the best at what we do. I don't think of it as a competition so much as a thriving comedy economy. And now I'm joining a show with one of the best teams in the world. There he goes. Last question in the interview was, how involved will Stewart be in the show once you arrive? Well, he says, what's great for me is I have him as a mentor and a friend who I can call on 24/7 because I don't know what the F I'm doing. Yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So Trevor Noah, look for him. He's the latest up-and-comer.
Always with a female having a relationship, married or single, it's always better that they do the leaving.
Mm-hmm.
If you do the leaving, it creates that lingering thing. You know what I mean?
No, Louie, I don't have any idea what you mean. We're going to put you back on hold now.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Yes.
Move on.
Okay. Well, as if the black news weren't enough so far, I'm telling you, the black people are a moving and a shaking. Yes. First Lady Michelle Obama, quote, and this is a quote right from the news source, the AP, sleek Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Sleek. I don't know what sleek means. I don't know if they're trying to say that she doesn't weigh 230 pounds.
Yeah.
When she goes swimming off the coast of Hawaii, they think there's whales. Well, there are few women better suited as an inspiring role model for girls. Really? What? You have got to be kidding. Okay, never mind. Pardon me. Especially black girls. That America's first black first lady, Michelle Obama. So, Michelle Obama was the star of the annual Black Girls Rock event in New Jersey. Yes, and as Gilbert knows, they rock in the alleys of New Jersey. Yeah. Well, and as the fashion types noted, she looked especially head-turning while doing so in a sleek new hairstyle and a white form-fitting corset dress from 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Well, hot damn, quote, end quote, marveled Elle magazine because they know taste and style. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, Arnold, I'm sure you're quite well aware of that. Your maid used to wear that, didn't you?
Well, first of all, you have to understand my mentality.
Oh.
I love feeling like an outsider.
Well, you're definitely there, yeah. Well, Black Girls Rock is, of course, aimed at inspiring young black girls with positive images and figures. Wait, there is any? Oh, yeah, my kingdom for a positive black girl with images and figures. Nope. Well, among the stars honored were Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, yeah, throw in the rich one. Yeah. Singer Erykah Badu and actress Cicely Tyson. And Selma director, like that matters, Ava DuVernay. As well as educators and humanitarian leaders, because they matter too.
Yes.
Now, Obama was the big star, of course. She got the loudest ovation as she came on stage and declared, "Black girls rock." Yes, they do. Okay, thank you. Red Carpet Fashion says in their Twitter, Michelle Obama leaves us in awe when it comes to her latest look. Wonder if they'd like to see the chains in the ball gag, too. Yeah. Well, her appearance fitting with her, quote, "Let Girls Learn How to Be Submissive" campaign. To promote better education, apparently, for girls at home and around the world. She just returned from an Asia trip where girls there are sold for prostitution. Yes. Well, in Newark, she also sought to pass on a reaffirming message to black girls, quote, "No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you are beautiful, goddammit." Yes. She says, "I am so proud of you. My husband, your president, is so proud of you and will frequent you often." We have so much hope and dreams for you. Yes, all to be just shortly shattered.
Yes.
She urged them to be serious about education because she wasn't. Yes, Obama's off-the-shoulder dress hugged her curves. You mean the bloat? Curves. And was complimented by her dangling tassel-style earrings.
Yes.
Oh, my. Where's George here? We need George to do the fashion review here. So much for that... So much for that, quote, "she looks bald" controversy arising from the bad lighting in an online picture last week. Yeah, I'm still going to go with bald and fat, okay? Oh, yes, I am, because I'm just that kind of... I'm a bad man.
Yes.
Well, we're going to go for our second commercial break, but don't go anywhere, kids, because, hey, a new study revealed says that the amount of mom time... Yeah, the amount of mom time you get, when you're growing up and you're a kid and you need support and love and nurturing and all that good stuff. Well, apparently, according to this study, it doesn't matter. No, just move right on. Doesn't matter. And so we will move on, and we'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk. HTLA Radio 1.
Man, I've been to a lot of places over these past 50 years. Seen the whole true north strong and free. 'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Cooksville, Stouffville, Bainesville, Bowmanville, Bonneville, Unionville, Oakville, Dunville, Brockville, Boucherville, Melville, Drummondville, Kentville, Grenville, Morinville, Maryville, Parksville, Stephenville, Sackville, Spring Hill, Westville, Walkerville, hanging on a windowsill. Hey! He said, wow, that's a lot of places. I said, hang on, there's more. I've been to Moncton, Picton, Shannon, Vernon, Stellarton, Hamilton, Nipigon, Nobleton, Yorkton, Brighton, Bolton, Beaverton, Brandon, Edmonton, Walkerton, Wyerton, Granby, Miramichi, Charlottetown, Burnaby, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Corner Brook, Nunavut. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I crossed the prairies bare, man. I breathed the mountain air. I've traveled, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere, man. Check it out. Ottawa, Wawa, Mattawa, Chippewa, Moose Jaw, Oshawa.
It could be 7 in the morning. Or 10 at night. In Chilliwack, BC. Or St. Peters, Nova Scotia.
It could be Michelle.
Or Mark.
Or Jen.
But whenever, wherever you order that cup of Tim Hortons Premium Blend Coffee.
You know that it's always fresh.
From Newfoundland and Labrador to Vancouver Island, Tim Hortons, a coffee all our own.
You walked into the hotel as a 5. But when she saw the room, you turned into a weird 7. When she saw the rooftop pool, you went to 11. You two should probably get a room. Oh, that's right. You already did. At Planet Earth's #1 accommodation site, Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slick back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt.
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
They once said to Sammy Davis Jr. that he's the greatest performer in the world.
Yeah.
And Sammy said that he didn't agree with that. He thinks Mickey Rooney was the greatest performer in the world.
Well, you don't say, huh? I always thought it was Dean Martin.
It seemed like Dean Martin was uncomfortable, too.
That's because all the booze. He didn't have enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you need that in order to be successful, in order to really be extraordinary in the profession that you do.
So, Arnold, you are an alcoholic, yeah. Okay. Well, that would make some sense. That would be why you'd, cheat on Maria Shriver and bang the maid. I don't know.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Well, no, I'm not done yet.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm not going there. Wait. I just can't believe he's still married. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah. No, I know what it is. I do. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna even say it like Arnold. Here we go. It's because of the money. Yeah. I got all the money. Yeah. Oh, see, he agrees. Yeah. Well, welcome back to the show, Coffee and Cigarettes, your Monday Mocha on this Monday, the 30th of March, 2015, and still my boards are blank for the weather, so we're still going to go with 46 degrees in Central Park and partly cloudy.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, hey, I can tell you this. It's not that far off.
Yes.
No, we're pretty close there. Yeah. So there you go. Well, welcome back to the show, and moving on. New study released says that kids' amount of mom time, well, it doesn't matter. I think the last experts that said that got sued after all those kids went up in the bell tower with a sniper rifle, didn't they? Well, if you're dogged by guilt over the amount of time you spend with your kids, read on. In, quote, does the amount of time mothers spend with their children or adolescents matter? Researchers conclude that, for the most part, it matters very little. They found that the amount of time mothers spent, quote, engaged with or accessible to children between the ages of 3 and 11 didn't affect the children at all, emotional well-being or otherwise, or even academic performance. Not convinced? Well, Melissa Maliki, an author of the study published earlier this month in the Journal of Marriage and Family, puts it bluntly to the Washington Post, quote, I could literally show you 20 charts and 19 of them would show no relationship between the amount of parents' time and the children's outcomes. Nada zippo. One of the rare exceptions, of course, among kids ages 12 to 18, more engaged maternal time was related to fewer delinquent behaviors, things like drug use, sex, and sniping from bell towers. Well, the authors observed that, interestingly, the intensive mothering ideology is not typically focused on this age group. The Post notes that the researchers also found teens had roughly 50 minutes of engaged family time each day benefited in some way, shape, or form. As for what could negatively affect one kid per study, a mother's stress, income, or educational level, suggesting that the best way to help kids is through social media and more time on their cell phones. This study was done by 4 women of science who don't have time for their own children. Yeah. And there's that little nice tidbit of, well, I don't know. What do we say? Garbage?
Yes.
Well, a little more positive news, I think, coming at us here from the the racial front. Yeah? Yes. Dallas, Texas. Yeah. In Dallas, Texas, 2 pastors are trading places. Yes, just like Eddie Murphy. Well, okay, not just like Eddie Murphy, but trading places to help bridge the racial gap. Yes. In Dallas, from a disturbing fraternity chant to protests over the police shootings of black teens, tensions have flared recently over race relations in America. But on Palm Sunday, 2 Dallas pastors from opposite sides of the city found a new way to deliver a powerful message to their congregations. They traded pulpits for a day, preaching to the other's church. Quote, "Today we're focused on a racial reconciliation that God loves everyone," said the Reverend Brian Carter, senior pastor of the Concord Church, a predominantly African-American congregation in South Dallas. Quote, "How do we love each other if we don't really know each other?" asks the Reverend Jeff Warren while clutching his wallet tightly. Yes, pastor of the Park Cities Baptist Church, a predominantly white congregation in North Dallas. Last week, University of Oklahoma President Dan Boren said an investigation found that racially insensitive Sigma Alpha Epsilon chant captured on video originated from a national leadership cruise sponsored by the National Fraternity 4 years ago. With an African-American pastor taking the helm at the predominantly white church and vice versa, their congregations are finding that they can both celebrate differences and common ground as long as the white people are armed. It's the same word, we're all here for the same cause, which is bringing those to Christ, says Curtis Robinson, member of the Concord Church. "We hope that our kids know there is no variation. We are one people." Of course, the kids don't listen because we don't need mom time. Both pastors acknowledge the racial divide in Dallas, calling it a tale of two cities, and both say faith should lead the way in bridging the gap. "In Christ, there is no race, there's no black or white ethnicity or nationality," Warren said. "This is a global movement." Well, the idea started with a friendship between both pastors, and they say they won't stop here. Their congregations are working together behind the scenes and hope to include more churches in the fall. Gun sales are expected to go up 480%. "I've got to make sure I'm cultivating relationships across racial lines, and I just don't stay in a comfort zone," Carter said. Yeah, well, get yourself a vest. Yeah. You know, you can try and outlaw traditionalism, but it'll come up and bite you in the ass, boy. Well, and kind of along the same vein in parenting today comes a story about a little 4-year-old. What? Who the hell is that? What? Jenny, you got a CB radio in there or something? Breaker 19, this is Jenny Bill. Oh. Okay, well, keep it to a minimum there. Damn it, I'm trying to conduct a entertaining, exciting show here.
Yes.
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut. Always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yes, and the Chinese and all that. Can you put them back on hold? Just leave him on hold till the end of the show, and then we'll get him to say goodbye in whatever convoluted way he sees fit, and that'll be it. Well, anyway, yes, moving along here, a 4-year-old girl, yes, is our next story, who left home in search of a slushie. Yes, the iced, lovely drink we love to enjoy in the summertime.
Yes.
Well, I didn't mean you.
Yes.
I meant in general, but she did this at 3 a.m. Yes, she was caught on video on a city bus in, of course, Philadelphia. At 3 a.m. on a bus, cruising her way to find a 7-Eleven somewhere at 3 a.m. to get a slushie. Yeah. A raincoat-clad Philadelphia 4-year-old in search of a slushie slipped out the back door of her home at 3 a.m. on Friday, city authorities said, and began wandering the neighborhood in a heavy rain on a quest for the frozen treat in the dead of winter. Yeah. Luckily, a friendly city bus driver picked her up. Yeah, I bet he was friendly. Police, a few minutes later, delivered her into the arms of her grateful mother. The bus driver, 52-year-old Harlan Jennifer, had just stopped his SEPTA bus in the city's Tacony neighborhood to let out a passenger. That's when the man standing in the rain told him to wait. The girl was standing alone in a purple raincoat. I'm like, oh, God, what's going on here, he says. It was shocking. Jennifer told the Philadelphia Inquirer she was drenching wet. She was trembling. The girl clambered onto the bus and told passengers, all I want is a slushie. Surveillance video showed her roaming the bus and swinging her tiny legs in a seat. Passengers chatted with her while Jennifer called the police, who took her to St. Christopher's Hospital, where they reunited her with her lovely mother. And Jennifer, the driver, a father of three himself, said afterwards, I was scared for her, but it was funny. She was in good hands, he says. The girl's father, Timothy Ridgway, told the Associated Press, thank God for the bus driver stopping. Police said no charges would be filed against the family. They were unaware that she even left. Well, okay, let me just say this. If I was the Philadelphia police chief, that family would have a lot to worry about. Yeah, they didn't even know. Yeah, well, I didn't even know my 6-year-old shot your brother.
Yes.
I didn't know. How would I know? It was only my gun.
Yeah.
Well, the girl whose name was not released was in good spirits, Jennifer said. It was like she knew where she was going. Well, actually, she did. A 24/7 7-Eleven store was just 3 blocks away, and she has done this numerous times before. So, just to get this straight, this isn't the first time. If you want to look the other way on the parents, the first time, you go right ahead there. But after that, I'm calling negligence. That's what yeah. There you go. So man, all kinds of just great fun parenting news today, and it's not over.
Yes.
No. It's not. No, we've got a real good one now for you. How about this, huh? Mom finds naked man in bed with 10-year-old son. Yes. Of course. Yes. And where could this happen? Would you say Texas?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Arnold? Yeah? Okay. Actually, no. Florida. Yeah. In Tampa, Florida, a woman who woke up to check on her child discovered a naked man in bed with her 10-year-old son. The house was locked, said the woman, whose name was not released because her family is the victim of a crime, yet the suspect, Ernest Johnson, 25, of Tampa, still got in. I'll bet you he was unarmed, too. Yeah. Well, he's lucky he didn't come in my house because there would be yet another dead unarmed black man. Yes. Yes, he still got in. I wake up and check my kids in his room, she said. I saw him in the bed all naked and started screaming. She believes the man came through the front door while her family slept, but first attempted to enter through a window. The home does not have an alarm system. Quote, he tried to open it, broke the window to try to go in. He couldn't do it, she said. I guess he didn't want to cut his schnutz on the glass. Well, he was charged yesterday with lewd and lascivious molestation, burglary of an occupied dwelling, and possession of burglary tools. Is that what they're calling it these days? Yo, baby, this is my burglary tool. Yeah. He remained Monday in a Hillsborough County jail without bond. It's okay. He's still got his burglary tool to get out. Well, after the woman found the naked man, he made a quick exit through another window where police were able to retrieve his fingerprints. Johnson was charged previously with exposing himself, but is not listed on the state sex offenders registry, police said. Johnson lives not far from the family. He is accused of victimizing, and the man who owns a place where Johnson was living said the charges don't surprise him. We knew we had a problem, Harold Mack said. I'm angry, mad, and shocked that he would do something like this, but really not surprised. He's tried to use his tool with me before. Similar situation happened with my nephew, caught in a compromising situation, Max said, but we just tried to help him. And he just kept trying to help himself to my nephew. Well, Max said he and his family gave Johnson a place to live when no one else would. Gee, do you think there might be a reason? Holy Christ. All right, so so this is the shower, and over here is your room, and feel free to make yourself a snack in the middle of the night, and don't fuck my son. Oh, by the way, well, I don't believe there are more victims, but I wouldn't put it past him, says Mac. This is Harold Mack's brother, Gerald. The boy who faced a real-life version of many child's fears is recovering, his mom said, although she wouldn't know because she doesn't spend any time with him, because that's okay. Well, he was so scared, she says. He's just a little boy. He didn't know what to do. He was sleeping the whole time, didn't know he was in the bed. And what's this tool, Mommy? Oh, the question of the day. What is this tool?
Yes.
Oh, really? You're gonna you're finally gonna chime in now, are you? Yeah.
I remember being on your radio show in Chicago.
We're not going to do this again, are we?
Yeah, and I remember we hung out afterwards and had a wild time.
Yes, absolutely, with that home invasion tool. Well, we're going to go for another commercial break, but when we come back, don't you worry, we got the tops for news stories today. Yes. You may ask yourself, who? Oh, who? Please, oh Lord, tell me in heaven. Who is Mariah Carey getting cozy with now, huh? I'll enlighten you after this 2-minute break.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio
1. What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions, abundant with rich, fertile soil? What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always great tasting coffee.
Man, I've been to a lot of places over these past 50 years. Seen the whole true north strong and free. 'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Cooksville, Stouffville, Bainesville, Bowmanville, Bonnieville, Unionville, Oakville, Dunville, Brockville, Boucherville, Melville, Drummondville, Kentville, Grenville, Morinville, Maryville, Parksville, Stephenville, Sackville, Spring Hill, Westville, Walkerville, hanging on a windowsill. Hey! He said, wow, that's a lot of places. I said, hang on, there's more. I've been to Moncton, Picton, Shannon, Vernon, Stellarton, Hamilton, Nipigon, Nobleton, Yorkton, Brighton, Bolton, Beaverton, Brandon, Edmonton, Walkerton, Wyerton, Granby, Miramichi, Charlottetown, Burnaby, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Corner Brook, Nunavut. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I crossed the prairies bare, man. I breathed the mountain air. I've traveled, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere, man. Check it out. Ottawa, Wawa, Mattawa, Chippewa, Moose Jaw, Oshawa.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slick back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
I mean, Hollywood is not pretty. I mean, there's some cutthroat going on there, and it's a very dangerous place, actually. And, you know, it's in anything. If you want to be the best, you have to really fight for it, and you have to struggle and have to go through your ups and downs, and you fall often. You know, it's not just like all victories, and there's a lot of defeats, and then victories again, and defeats, and you pick yourself up again and get up and get going. And I'm very fortunate that now, after I finished the governorship, that I've done 4 movies, and now Last Stand is my first action film where I'm starring in it.
You know, it always amazes me, Arnold. Do you ever take a breath? Man. And you know, you're wrong. You're wrong. Yes, you are.
Never.
No, you're totally wrong. You do not have to be the best at something to win the absolute top title. You know, your Mr. Olympia thing 7 times there. Yeah, you were blowing some judges. You're standing up there with 6 or 7 other ballooned guys.
Yes.
You know, nobody looks normal. Everybody's looking all weird and veiny and crap. And what's with the oil? I don't get it. I think it's some sort of man sex thing.
Yes.
So, you know, but here is the proof that what you just said is absolutely wrong, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to try and say it without taking a breath,
yes.
Okay? All right, here we go. Harrison Ford is a stellar actor, just, you know, much like yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, he aspires to great things, I think it could be said, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Harrison Ford, actor and pilot, attended the annual Living Legends of Aviation, yes, he did, in Beverly Hills, where he received... Now, this is the important thing. He received the Legends Aviation Legacy Award for his service in introducing young people to flight. Now, the problem, of course, is that, you know, he doesn't know that the plane's actually supposed to be in the sky and not the farmer's field. See?
Yeah.
So you know that I would submit to you as you know, pretty much hitting rock bottom, literally, and still receiving the Legacy Award for it. Yeah. There you go. See, so I don't buy your whole. Well, you got to go with the ups and the downs,
yes.
and the ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs. Well, speaking of ups and downs, Mariah Carey is getting cozy with... Oh, yes, you guessed it. Yours truly, baby.
Yes.
I'm not going to complain about it, right?
No, you shouldn't, because you're married, and if you want to frickin' stay married, keep your eyes off the women. Yeah. Well, Mariah Carey getting cozy with Crash Jesus right here, ladies and gentlemen. No, not me. No, some guy named Brett Rat. Yeah. Or, I guess, as he's better known, Brett Ratner. Yes, the two have been spotted together recently a lot, apparently. Oh, she first posted the Instagram shot 3 weeks ago, noting that they were, quote, hanging out in the girls' room. I wonder if she knows that's illegal. Then 1 week ago, she shared a shot of him and Courtney Love in a little menage a trois.
Yes.
Well, it's all over TMZ, of course, the shit stain that is news. Yes, Mariah Carey and Brett Ratner on the Love Boat photo they're sharing out there. Yes, People has a photo of them in St. Bart's on Saturday. Mariah turned 45 on Friday and Brett turned 46 on Saturday, but they're both with another woman, and Ratner's rep told People that the romance rumors are absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah. They are, after all, longtime friends. Ratner directed her music videos, including Obsessed and Touch My Effin' Body. Yeah. Well, whatever they are, it looks like they're having fun. And to be fair, I got to be honest here.
Yes.
She's about 20 years too old for me. I like the young ones myself.
I'm not going to complain about it, right?
No, you wouldn't, of course. Yeah. Well, moving on in the old story parade today, the extended 90-minute story parade. Well, what could we possibly have? You say, well, how about Coca-Cola? Yeah. They're testing out a new unified look for cans to support LGBT. Yes. You might be gay or lesbian, but damn it, you're going to look like a potato sack. Yeah. Yeah, just like the rest of us.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, Coca-Cola has proven its marketing mastery time and time again. The specially colored bottle, the vibrant red coloring, and smooth curving font are all staples of the iconic soft drink. But the job of marketing is never done. Now, the beverage giant is looking to the future, planning to roll out a new brand of unification campaigns over the coming year. Because to be separate and different is wrong. We all have to be the same. Well, today, each of Coke's core products has a slightly different brand identity. Classic Coca-Cola, of course, is red. Diet is a silvery gray color. Coke Zero is black. And New Coke Life is green. Some cans also use fonts or word placement that differ slightly from the original design, but that's all about to change. In 12 different counties, a new monocolor look has hit the retailers. With this scheme, the various Coca-Cola formulations will keep their unique colors, but use the same label layout, Spencerian script, and classic swoosh. Spain, however, is getting a treatment all its own, known as the spilt. In this styling, the two top thirds of each can is red, the sport's classic cola label. The lower third beneath the swoosh retains each variety's current color scheme. The idea here is to reinforce the brand's most identifiable characteristics, but draw a clear line between the related products. Well, aren't you making them different, Unification Man?
Yeah.
Right. Coca-Cola itself explains that, quote, with this new approach, whichever Coke you choose, you'll have the iconic Coca-Cola brand in your hand. Man. Well, for now, U.S. market Coca-Cola products are getting a separate, slightly less aggressive revamp. The new cans generally adhere to the monocolor style, but Diet Coke keeps its modern logo and name. Yeah, I don't know what your guys are thinking about this, but we did have some email folks comment on this on the forums. From the Mad Poster, he says, doesn't Coke learn anything from their new Coke disaster? Don't mess with an icon, plain and simple. What is it going to take to leave well enough alone? Well, I would submit to you, Mad Poster, if you just stop buying the damn drink... They just might stop to say, why?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Rick Heimlich writes, thanks for the commercial. How is this any kind of news to be on your damn show, loser? Yeah. And Jim Organ, yeah, that's a real name, Mr. Organ. Yeah. Says, so 3 lower-calorie Cokes. Can you say cannibalism? I don't even know what that means.
When you say that, you get away with it. If I would say that, it would be all over the place.
Arnold, shut up. I didn't say it.
Yes.
You forget. Jim Organ said it. Well, John writes us, the unified red cans look like Campbell's soup products. What's in the green can? It looks like Miracle Grow.
Which woman are you married to or living with now? The same one? The mother of the daughter, or was it a boy?
Jenny, just put him on hold. And of course, the infamous John Doe says that Coffee and Cigarettes are reporting the news that matters. Yes. And C-Dub says, you should really learn to spell sarcasm. Yeah. Well, we've got Jenny McCartney in the booth here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just keep your hands off her, Arnold.
Yes.
Yeah. But our next story is about Jenny McCarthy, the one she's always mistaken for. Well, Jenny McCarthy has come out and given The View, yes, that lovely daytime show, 1 year. That's right. Which begs the question, is The View a sinking ship? Well, former co-host Jenny McCarthy told Sirius XM's Howard Stern on his show today that she and hubby Donnie Wahlberg were chatting with Stern about her stint on The View and where it's headed. They might try 1 more year, and then the Titanic might go down, said McCarthy. Wahlberg piped up, adding that he said that we've got more money than God, and I've got this woman. Screw everybody. Yeah. Well, one of the producers called and said that I would never consider it, and I said no, thank you, because it couldn't be me. Was the producer drunk? What? One of the producers called and said I would never consider it, and I said no, thank you, because it couldn't be me. Wow, okay, all right, sure. Well, Jenny admitted that it felt good to be asked to come back to the show, but she's happier with her own job now at Sirius. I've never been more happy with a job in my entire life, and that includes Hugh's bed. Yeah. And this is for all you nerds out there, because I know there's a lot of nerds out there.
Yes.
Marvel Comics. Yes, Marvel Comics. Yes, who you're all very familiar with. You know them and love them. Well, they've got some good news for all of you out there. Are you ready? Huh?
What the fuck? I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Arnold?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Marvel Comics has a new fashion line for the very stylish nerd in your life. There you go. There you go.
He needs love, Chris. Come on.
Well, I know.
You got to dispense more love from yourself. All these people are hurting here.
And I wish them to go on hurting. Well, gang, you can finally get your geek flag flying high in high fashion. Yes, Marvel Comics announced today a partnership with the subscription fashion service 5'4", to create a men's fashion line styled after Earth's mightiest heroes. So while you may not be able to get Thor's luscious locks or Captain America's perfect chin dimple, you can take your fat ass around and in t-shirts and jackets inspired by the Avengers. Yes, everyone at the Comic-Con conventions will be drooling over your fat ass. Yeah. Well, the Avengers Age of Ultron capsule collection will launch April 1st, just in time to hype up the most anticipated superhero movie of the year even more. They make superhero movies, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there you go. See, I'm more of a science fiction guy myself, and that kind of brings me to my next story today. I'm going to tell you guys all about in the old coffee shop here. What's that, you might ask? Well, you remember Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey? Yeah, 1968 that movie was done. Well, the shuttle, yes, the beautiful, rare piece of movie history, the Ares 1B Translunar Space Shuttle from that film, was recently bought for $344,000. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the Academy Motion Picture Arts and Science is the winning bidder of a rare piece of movie history, the Ares 1B Translunar Space Shuttle from Stanley Kubrick's 1968 classic 2001 A Space Odyssey. Academy representatives paid $344,000 for the Moon Shuttle at auction March 28th, and it will become a showpiece at the new Academy Museum, due to open in 2017. The item is such a rarity since director-producer Kubrick reportedly destroyed all props, sets, and models from the Academy Award-winning film so that they could not be used in other productions. Quote, "We're excited to add such an iconic piece of movie history to our collection," the Academy representative said in a statement. "We look forward to sharing the 2001 Ares 1B Translunar Space Shuttle with the public once the Academy Museum opens, and we're also looking forward to infuriating Stanley Kubrick." Well, the shuttle is used in 2001, a great effect as it transports Dr. Haywood R. Floyd, William Sylvester, from the International Space Station to the Moon to investigate a monolith that was deliberately buried on the crater Clavius by unknown aliens. According to the Premier Props Hollywood Extravaganza auction catalog, the original owner from Kubrick's longtime residence of Hertfordshire, England, had owned the shuttle since 1975. The original owner was a former art teacher and was given this lunar model with the agreement that his friend and co-worker, woodworking teacher, demonstrate and teach the technology to his students. Well, I guess he thought better of that and thought, hey, I'm going to make me some moolah. Thank you, Stanley. Cha-ching.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know why, Chris? Because you're such a control freak, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do.
Really? Is that? Yeah? You think so, huh?
No. No, I don't.
Okay, Louis. I thought I told you to keep him on hold until... Didn't you? Nobody ever listens to me. No,
yes.
They just... No, you don't. Get out of there. Oh, yes, of course. You're yeah. Just shut up. Just shut the hell up, Gilbert.
Yes.
Well, finally today, to close out your Monday, if we haven't made you laugh your ass off enough yet, stand by. Bieber news. Yeah. Yes, in a story that I think should have been number one on the hit parade today, Justin Bieber exclusive, quote, "My life is not easy." Oh, yes, Justin Bieber. Well, here we go. Well, this story comes to us from Marco Della Cava at USA Today, and he says, the first time I met Justin Bieber was in the summer of 2010. He was 16, and his long blonde bangs were a latter-day mop-top rage. We ate fried chicken and talked about video games.
Yes.
Well, great reporting so far. I'm very, very impressed with the journalistic degree at which you approached this story there, Marco. Well, Bieber seemed less a pop star and more a kid from the Canadian suburbs who loved hockey and pranks, but fame had him squarely in its sights. Yes, he seemed like he knew it and was desperately trying to keep that monster away. Yeah, BS, yeah. I'm still young, he told me. I'm still trying to figure out who I am and just trying to have some fun. I think I'm Miley Cyrus. Well, too much fun as it turned out. Over the ensuing 5 years, Bieber made millions touring the world and starring in top-grossing music mentaries? Oh, I guess like documentaries. Yeah. Music mentaries. Dated a Disney star, Selena Gomez, and grew his Twitter army to 62 million strong. Yes, he did. But he also seemed to change. Our interviews grew less frequent. He was just too effing important for me. Yeah. Oh. And when they did, Bieber seemed distracted. Gone was the teen heartthrob. Tattoos spread across his expanding frame. Expanding? You can't expand a toothpick. Well, he was living life large, and it was starting to swallow him up, just like I bet you want to. Yeah. In 2014 alone, Bieber was arrested in Miami for driving with an expired license, ordered to do community service, and rake leaves. Oh, sorry. And pay restitution, of course, after egging his neighbor's house in Calabasas, California, and arrested for dangerous driving near Stratford-on-Avon on his hometown near Toronto. Suddenly, the boy who won over the web with an angelic demeanor was known more for his bad boy behavior than his R&B pipes. His last big album, Believe, was released in 2012, but an exclusive interview with USA Today, the Biebs maintains he turned a corner. At 21, he's eager to show off a newfound maturity that begins with pop culture. Yes. Oh, Trial by Comedic Fire, the Comedy Central roast of Justin Bieber, which unfortunately airs today. Between restarting a cherished relationship with his mother, Patty Maletti. Yes, going back to the drawing board for his next album with, of course, the one who gave the Beatles their start, of course, Kanye West. And adoring the moment with Will Ferrell when his pompous anchorman Ron Burgundy praised Bieber's missteps as brilliant career moves, the singer just may be poised to deliver on that early promise of his first viral YouTube video. Yeah. Here we go. Well, I'm going to get to the actual interview here where we get the quote. My life is not easy. You know what? No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm closing that down. I'm shutting it down. The Bieber will never wreak his ugly face on here again. It's over. It's done.
When you say that, you get away with it. If I would say that, it would be all over.
Yeah, well... Yeah, see, I don't care. I'm not afraid of lawyers, Arnold.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I've got nothing to lose, baby. Well, gang, that is 90 minutes. I am done and out of here. Hope that was a Monday you won't soon forget. I know I won't. And I know Louie already has. I don't know. Louie, thank you for being here, my friend.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Gilbert, as always, thank you for being on the show again.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
You crazy bastards. Yeah.
Yes.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arnold, I know I kick on you a lot, but you know I love you, man. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and I'll be back.
I bet you will, but please wear pants. Yeah. Well, there you go, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm still going to go with about 46 degrees in Central Park. It's partly cloudy, but not raining, so get out there and do something. Yeah. For those of you wanting more coffee and cigarettes goodness, of course, you can check that out tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern at our regular time for the Tuesday, whatever the hell the Tuesday thing is. The Diccicino or Rapamano.
Yes.
And a reminder, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, HTLA Straight Talk with Kate and Crash. Yes, yours truly, with the one, the only CEO herself. Yes, Kate, yes. Great show coming up on suicide. And if you sat here with me the full 90 minutes, you know about suicide. Yeah. Once again, thank you to Tim Hortons, New York City, for all your coffee and baked goods needs. Presonus, check them out at presonus.com. And also check out HTLA Radio, the number 1.com. That's HTLAradio1.com. Have a great Monday.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.